Let's hear what's going on. Paramount win, ? Netflix drops out of the Warner Brothers bidding war.
Moments ago, Netflix said it is declining to raise its offer for the purchase of Warner Brothers Studios and HBO, following the Warner Brothers Discovery Board's determination that Paramount, which is not just going for Warner Brothers Studios and HBO, but also the whole enchilada, including us here at CNN, Paramount has submitted a
the whole enchilada
superior offer, according to Warner Brothers Discovery's board. As I've noted, Warner Brothers Discovery is the parent company of CNN. So let's get right to CNN chief media analyst Brian Stelter. So let's start with the question, why did Netflix walk away? Ted Sarandos and others at Netflix made it very clear they really wanted Warner Brothers Studios and they really wanted HBO.
Right, in this corporate tug of war, it seems Netflix has suddenly let go of the rope. There's a lot, of course, that could still happen here, but the big news this afternoon is that Paramount suddenly is in a much stronger position to take over CNN and the rest of the Warner Bros. Discovery company, which includes HBO and the Warner Bros. Movie Studio and all those other assets. Paramount is the company that essentially put this into play last summer. New CEO David Ellison, shortly after taking over Paramount, CBS, that part of the media world, then set his sights on WBD. And WBD CEO David Zaslav started a bidding war as a result. He sided with Netflix. The WBD board sided with Netflix.
Oh, James Gunn, you done did it again, you son of a bitch. You fucking made the Superman. You made the Superman be anti-Israel and fucking woke. And look where we're at now, James Gunn! Bro, the new Superman is gonna start with a fucking with a 10M Israel high beat, dude. He's gonna be like Baravia had a right to defend itself, and Superman loves Baravia. We're fucked.
Netflix for a deal that had been struck back in December, but Paramount had then launched a hostile takeover bid. And in recent days, Paramount had negotiations with WBD and raised the offer to $31 per share with a bunch of sweeteners that made the deal more appealing, more palatable to WBD. So in the last few hours, we've heard from WBD that it is siding with Paramount, and now Netflix is walking away from the table. There's two elements about this, Jake. Number one, Netflix says, quote, the deal is no longer financially attractive, so we are declining to match the Paramount bid. But number two, Ted Sarandos, the co-CEO of Netflix, was at the White House for meetings today, and I'm told by a source he left the White House in a not very happy mood. There's a lot more reporting to do about that aspect of the story. We don't know anything from the Netflix side about the White House meetings, but it is clear that M&A runs through the Oval Office right now, and it is possible that Netflix has been given signals from the White House that the regulatory roadblocks were going to be too severe for the Netflix deal to get through. Bottom line, Paramount now takes the lead in this ongoing race to take over Warner Brothers. There are still other regulatory hurdles for Paramount, but it's a big, big change now and a big success for Paramount to have Netflix say it's walking away.
Is there any, like, are there actually any regulatory hurdles to climb here? Not to say, like, obviously I'm not talking about, like, the actual letter of the law. I just mean, like, under the Trump administration, I do not believe that they will offer any serious legal trouble. Of course, this is utterly illegal. This is not even remotely appropriate. This is like, this is a behemoth. This is like the only thing standing in the way of Larry Ellison and the Ellison dynasty basically owning virtually everything that you see on television is Donald Trump maybe thinking like, well, later down the line, he might come after me and then he's going to be too powerful. Because that's it. We're just so transparently developing a monopoly. Like this is more of a monopoly than this is more of a monopoly than all the historic trust busting cases, especially trust busting cases surrounding vertical integration, right? Vertical integration from point A to, point of delivery. This is just straight up a horizontal integrated marketplace. It's already vertically integrated because most industries are now vertically integrated, but this also just seizes up the rest of the fucking competition in its entirety. It's just an absolute fucking merger. It's an absolute monopoly. I don't even know how to deal with it. There has been some pushback. I saw California Attorney General Rob Bonta saying that the Paramount Warner Bros. Is not a done deal, but he'll have to act fast as Paramount's merger shepherds are trying to rapidly close the merger and commingle assets before states have a chance to challenge it. I think one of the funniest outcomes of this is going to be that Gal Gadot is definitely back. And not only is Gal Gadot definitely back, I'm going to be assassinated by a fucking Ellison drone for my previous viral statements about Gal Gadot being dog shit at acting. Which is why I have to repeat one more time. M Israel high. I cannot stress this enough, okay? I love Israel. Israel's the greatest nation. Israel's tiny nation, but Israel should be larger nation. I just want to make sure that people understand that I have always been pro-Israel, okay? There's never been a moment where I was not pro-Israel. I was always pro-Israel. And I think that Gal Gadot is one of the best actresses that has ever existed. She's like Meryl Streep. Yeah. Paramount's takeover of Warner Bros. Discovery has raised concerns among artists who worry that Ellison's coziness with Trump administration could stifle free expression. Ellison scares the shit out of me, says one A-list director. Are the movies they put out going to be catered to Trump's taste? Are they going to crack down on content they don't find to be ideologically aligned with the right? Yeah, the answer is yes. Yeah, no shit. Paramount just bought a $111 billion media empire with a $12 billion market cap. Read that again. Paramount's market cap is roughly $12 billion. Warner Bros. Discovery's enterprise value this deal in $111 billion. David Ellison is buying a company nearly 10x his own company's size. How? Larry Ellison's net worth, $201 billion. He's personally guaranteeing the equity commitment. Bank of America, Citi, and Apollo are providing $57.5 billion in debt financing. And
there's lots of caveats, Jake. You know, Netflix says it's walking away. There's been new developments every few hours in this story, so we'll see what happens next. But at least for now, Paramount with the clear lead right now to take over CNN.
Explain what you mean. You said M&A walks through the M&A move.
They're all gonna. These guys are so stoked too. Like Jake Tapper probably loves having Barry Weiss control CNN. He knows his ass is gonna get promoted endlessly. Because Jake Tapper is exactly the type of person that Barry Weiss loves. Jake Tapper and Barry Weiss are, ideologically almost entirely aligned. Quick, put an offer with your streamer money. Yeah, let me get a fucking $111 billion real quick. Let me put my assets in front of Bank of America, Apollo Capital, and numerous other firms. So they can, they can basically liquidate my ass, not just like all of my assets, which amount to not even a fucking crumb in the ass cheeks of this deal, but they would just kill me. I think if I approached this deal, if I like tried to walk into a bank, they would just shoot and kill me. I think they'd be like, get out of here. You're a homeless man. And then they would shoot me in the fucking head. $10 to $20 million is a lot. First of all, I don't have that much money. So you're fucking wrong on that front to begin with. And secondly, no, that much money, which I do not have, by the way, is still not even a fucking crumb. What are you talking about? We're talking about $111 billion, dude. Oh, my man said $10 to $20 million is a lot, which thank you for thinking I have that kind of money. But also, do you know the difference between $111 billion and $10 million? About $111 billion. Okay? Give or take. It's such a tiny sliver of money that we are talking about when we're talking about 10 million versus 110 billion, that It literally doesn't even matter. Leaked audio from a company-wide meeting has revealed David Zaslav thinks it will take at least 6 to 12 months for the Warner Bros. Paramount deal to close. The deal may not close. If it doesn't close, we get $7 billion and we get back to work. It's so funny. I genuinely think people believe $1 billion is like 1 million times 2. Yeah, it's just, I understand why it's hard for people to comprehend because it's so much money, dude. It's not normal. Like, it's just such a large unit of measurement that most people's minds cannot comprehend it. That's why in so many instances, people choose to describe a different unit of measurement to help people visualize it better. Like 1 million seconds is 11.5 days. 1 billion seconds is 31 years. Or, yeah, 1 billion is $1,001 million. It's not, like, that's so much. That's so many millions of dollars. It's 1,000 of $1 million is a lot of $1 million. Now, times that by 11. 110 billion seconds is 3,488 years.
Last night,
through the White House, that's mergers and acquisitions. Explain exactly what you mean by that. You're saying that President Trump has to sign off on any one of these deals now.
It's like offering $72 for a house selling for $400,000. Yeah, I got some change in my pocket. I had a really good week this week. I have $72 in disposable income. Can I own this house now? Bro, but you saying you ain't even got 10 mil, broke ass? How much do you have, motherfucker? Shut up. Fuck you. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now I'm broke. I'm broke now. I thought I was the richest socialist of all time. Now I'm the broke boy. Oh. All right, man. I'll get into the fucking solid fundamentals and reliable stock market. I'll make some real money moves real quick. Okay, fuck you, son of a bitch. The fuck is this? Your house is hella small, broke. I am not in the crosshairs here. I am not your enemy. Okay. I'm going to crypto rug pull all of you, actually. Bruh. That's what I've decided. Get your money up, not your funny up.
They're big enough.
Subscribe now. Subscribe now!
Government does, right? His administration, historically at FCC, in this case it's the DOJ, the Justice Department, that would sign off. And the DOJ is currently reviewing the Netflix deal that apparently fell apart.
Oh, yeah. Leaked opening of Supergirl. I saw this one. This is really funny. 3 weeks ago, Charlie Kirk was shot by Antifa terrorists, sparking outrage around the world. Moravia has had a right to that land for centuries. You're right about me, Luther. I'll be surrendering myself to Planet Watch immediately. Tell them to shoot my dog, too. The one I retweeted was funny, too. Yeah, this is what... Wait, where is it? Did they delete it? No. Oh, here it is. Movies and TV shows for the foreseeable future.
ממי, למתי הזמנת את הבייביסיטר? אנחנו מאחרים.
ממי, למתי הזמנת את הבייביסיטר? אנחנו מאחרים.
Bro, I thought you were spending less time on Twitter. No, I'm not. I've been spending more time on Twitter. Also, Calm Like a Tom, thank you for the 20 gifted subs. All of your subscriptions are going into me purchasing Netflix and Paramount. I'm going to purchase Paramount itself. Wonder Woman, Supergirl, and Black Canary.
We don't care if you're white. We don't care if you're black. We don't care if you're gay. We're all under attack. We don't care if you're rich. Don't care if you're poor.
I can't time it.
Just
Fuck.
know what we're fighting for. Sing it. Real women vote for Trump. We don't need no liberal chump. Yeah, real women vote for Trump. Oh yeah. Real women vote for Trump.
By the way, this is a relic. This is a cultural relic of the first Trump administration because, like, when you actually think about it, this is objectively woke by today's standards. Just think about how far. Think about how far we have fallen. That, like, this is a Trump 1 relic, okay, of a bygone era. And a video like this, if it was produced nowadays, the rest of the MAGA movement would immediately dox the women involved and would go, oh, their husbands are all black, okay? They have mixed race children, and one of them, I suspect, is a secret Jew. Like, that's literally how far. One of them has a black husband, one of them is secretly Jewish, and one of them is trans. That's what they would say. If this video came out today, they'd be like, oh, dude, fuck no. This is why we will offer visa-free travel for literally every country but yours. Okay, dude. Yeah, have fun with fucking drunk British pensioners in your country. You're going to shut that down real quick.
We don't need no liberal chump. Yeah, real women.
Yeah, it's also woke because it's like saying women should vote for Trump, and instead of saying women shouldn't be able to vote. So that's also woke too. God, we're so cooked.
Vote for Trump. We don't care if you're girls. We don't care if you're dudes. We don't care if you're both. That's up to you.
Like, that's woke. That's woke as fuck. They're literally trying to be trans inclusive in the best way they possibly can be. Remember when you were in a good mood at the beginning of this? I know. I'm fucking not in a good mood anymore. Oh.
We don't care if you're men's or women's soccer team.
Nope. See? Women's sports. Nah, that's woke.
We're America. Just living the dream. Sing it. Real women vote for Trump. We don't need no liberal chump. Yeah, real women vote for Trump.
This song is too powerful. You have to click away now before it's too late. Turn this shit off, please. As a palate cleanser, can you play the Tiffany Trump song, please? I want to listen to gay pop now. No. Watching Cartoon Network after the Paramount purchase, and Robin is talking about how beautiful Tel Aviv is. Trump claims a tough policeman told him his sex life is better and his wife no longer treats him like a dog thanks to the stock market under President Trump. What?
I have a policeman. I tell the story. Same guy. I meet him. But this wonderful, tough policeman from New York. He's taking good care of us. And he said, sir, it's so good my married life has gotten so much better. Why? My wife thought I was a loser financially. I couldn't make any money because my 401k was dying for years. And now she thinks I'm the smartest financial genius ever. It's made my sex life good. It's made my life good. It's given me a tremendous boost in life, sir. This is a big, tough cop. He said, my wife treated me like a dog, and now she admires my financial genius. And I haven't done anything. My 401k has gone through the roof.
Hell yeah, Mr. President, I'm blowing my wife's back walls out. Oh, also RFK's putting up big numbers, but this is bullshit. Anyone who's ever actually done a leg press machine knows this is not that impressive. Oh my God. Come on, brother, just don't even fucking film yourself doing that. Dude, come on. His knees barely fucking... what is that range of motion? Like, his knees barely move. I already hate the denim workouts. Give us the whole fitness critique. I mean, this is the opposite of Pete Hegseth. This is so bad that I don't even think like most dick writers of this administration that love RFK Jr. still would respond positively to it. Is really fucking bad. It's the genes conscript. I can't even read. I can't even talk.
Part in the last few minutes. We know that President Trump's taken a very personal interest in this particular deal, however. He has said that it's, quote, imperative that CNN be sold, given that he doesn't like the current owners of CNN. And he has met with the CEOs involved repeatedly. It's a big change from past presidents who have left the DOJ alone to this subject and let antitrust experts take the lead. Trump has been very involved. And so there's a lot more reporting to be done about what he's been doing in recent weeks when it comes to this deal. And I know people will have understandable concerns about what an ownership change might mean for CNN. Paramount's a complicated place right now. It's a company where Stephen Colbert is being pushed out at CBS, but also where South Park skewers President Trump and where Jon Stewart still speaks truth to power, John Oliver as well. It's led by a CEO, David Ellison, who has worked hard to forge a relationship with Trump, but who also donated $1 million to Joe Biden's re-election campaign. So a lot more to come on the Paramount front.
There are four main concessions that Paramount made in order to get the Warner Brothers Discovery Board to really favor its bid. The first one was Paramount, about 60% of the debt that it's raising is coming from foreign companies or foreign funds. You got the Saudi fund, the Qataris, and you have the folks at the UAE. They wanted assurances that those people weren't going to get voting rights. So that was number one. Number two, Paramount basically promised that it would backstop all of its equity financing with Larry Ellison's money. The Warner Brothers Discovery Board wanted to make sure this deal was going to close. Number three, Paramount made a lot of little concessions, like they would cover the breakup fee that Warner Brothers Discovery would have to pay Netflix. And then last but not least, I mean, they got that share price offer up so high, Jim. When Paramount first bid for Warner Brothers Discovery in September, they were offering $19 per share. David Zaslav looks like a genius here because he was able to get Paramount from $19 to $31 a share. And Netflix looks pretty smart too. They walk away, but now one of their biggest competitors is left holding a ton of debt.
Was there another factor?
Buy Paramount. We will fund the Kaya the movie. Okay, keep subscribing and I'll be able to purchase Paramount. Okay, guys? If enough people subscribe, then I will be able to purchase Paramount. Okay, that's the goal. We are only 100 million subscriptions away. Super relevant to Ellison and IDF support. I know exactly what this video is. Yep, classic. Beverly Hills, friend of the IDF gala, and there he is talking about how important Israel is to him. They own TikTok, CBS, CNN, Paramount, HBO. Once this deal is done.
What is your connection to Israel?
Well, the renewal of the Jewish state is something that I think touches all of us. For 2,000 years, we were a stateless people. And now we have a country of our own, defended by all the brave men and women of the IDF. So anything we can do to support them, who devote their lives for preserving the state of Israel, keeping the people safe, and allowing our state to continue sometimes in very, very difficult situations.
Did you visit Israel?
I have been to Israel. I have been to the border. I have spent time to the people who govern the state of Israel, and I feel a deep emotional connection to the state of Israel and the Israeli people.
You are an high-tech person. What do you think about Israeli startups and high-tech phenomena?
Oh, well, after Silicon Valley, there's an area, Herzliya has probably got more startups than any other place other than Silicon Valley in Northern California. So we've actually acquired a number of Israeli companies. We have 2 CEOs at Oracle. One's name is Safra Katz, and she was born in Israel. So again, we love the country of Israel, and we'll do everything we can to support the country of Israel.
We recently hear that many people criticizing Israel, especially after the Gaza operation. How do you feel as someone who just say you love Israel so much?
Well, again, it's a difficult situation, isn't it? To conduct military operations around civilians is very difficult, and of course, there were tragedies, and civilians were hurt. That's a terrible thing. But one thing we know for certain, that the Israeli army did everything they could to minimize civilian casualties. And in that regard, they've done a much better job than a lot of other armies all over the world throughout history.
Thank you very much.
He almost said, "than our army," when referencing the American military, and then at least had the wherewithal not to be Mike Huckabee in that moment, and was like, then our lot of other armies. The Nazis are loving this shit. Yeah, Skydance, Paramount, Warner Bros. Discovery, HBO, CNN, plus TikTok are all under Larry Ellison, a close friend to Netanyahu. Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say, like, you got guys like this who are openly like, we're buying some of these fucking networks specifically because we want to make them pro-Israel. The other billionaires that are selling the networks are like, it's not sufficiently pro-Israel, so we're selling these networks. You're leaning into like the neo-Nazi fucking sentiment, straight up.
So you've got Skydance, Paramount Studio, CBS News, Paramount Plus. Now you've also got Warner Brothers Studio, Discovery Network, HBO Max, and CNN, plus TikTok.
Do you think you're abusing your dog before such a fluffy flute ball? Live in LA? No.
All of that under Larry Ellison, the close personal friend of Netanyahu. It has come to pass. The Jews are once again in control of the media. Is that a hateful trope? Is that an anti-Semitic canard? It's just true. Larry Ellison and his son are Jewish. They are clearly partisans for Israel, friends with Israel's head of state, and they have accumulated in the span of a year one of the largest media conglomerates in the world, and they've already made editorial changes to make it more pro-Israel. Literally, what do you call that other than Jewish media?
I've not heard fa in the last 5 minutes. I'm all out of fas, dude. This person is funny, but it's true. He bought it from Jews also. previous owners were also Jewish, so this rant doesn't make sense. Guy, he's like, listen, guy, I mean, we're like, let's be real. Like, this was the case. Like, I think, Nick, you're being, I will brutally murder you, says Memphis famous killer. Is that what it was? This guy's racist, by the way. I assume this guy is probably also racist. Memphis infamous killer. Memphis infamous killer. I will brutally murder you. Let's unban this guy and let's hear what he has to say. I'm sure he has a lot of interesting opinions. Guys, he's gonna get site-wide banned. What are you fucking worried about? Memphis infamous killer. What else do you want to say before Twitch probably permanently bans you from the website for issuing a very clear death threat to a content creator on the platform? Got anything else? Asmin logs. Oh yeah, give me Asmin logs. Sorry, I'm sending text messages that are not related to anything you have seen, any news stories you have heard about today about particular candidates and their utterly insane foreign policy positions due to foreign policy advisors that may or may not have been ops all along, just not even remotely related to any of that. So just move along. Nothing to see here. The Ellisons are bringing back this piece of shit as well as other canceled men such as Brett Ratner, who fled to Tel Aviv after he was accused of rape and sexual harassment by 6 women, and John Lasseter, who resigned from Pixar in 2018 due to a history of sexual misconduct towards employees. Paramount has taken a hammer to DEI initiatives, signaled its focus on testosterone-heavy IP and flowing out prestige films, created a blacklist of pro-Palestine creatives, and overall shaping an Israel-first environment. Dude, oh, god damn it. We heard nothing else from Memphis infamous killer. He got fucking site-wide banned. I will say, Caroline is like creating a lane for being like, this is not like, she's brilliant. And I'm not making a comparison about like Candace Owens in any other capacity other than her like very obvious reasons for success. But I think she's like doing leftist popular culture analysis, and it's fucking awesome because for the longest time Candace Owens was like a standalone figure in the commentary space with like a very clear policy, like with very clear political vision. And I felt like that market was not being countered effectively at all. And she does a really, really good job at this. Caroline is cooking. Check the last 2 vids. They're both 450K. Oh, these. With Matt Bernstein. The epidemic of celebrity cowardice with Gianmarco Cerezi and Caroline Kwan. The insult to ICE pipeline with FD Signifier and Caroline Kwan. Hell yeah. I wish Matt did like shorter videos so I could watch them on stream. They're always like an hour and 30 minutes. Ellison gave assurances that, oh yeah, no, I know. Trump has told people that Larry Ellison assured him that he would make the media company more conservative if he's able to buy media companies. Now, he's also saying that to Trump so that like there are no setbacks in these mergers. because obviously they're illegal. So, which is interesting because no one is talking about how illegal these fucking mergers are. Like, we have no rules whatsoever when it comes to monopoly now. Like, none whatsoever. As long as you're butt buddies with the fucking president, you can do it. You can do whatever you want. It's crazy. I don't even know. Cat speaking in our own words on foreign policy. I know, dude. I know. We already watched it. We already covered all that. Shut the fuck up. I know. I already covered it. They're going to be over leveraged to shit with terrible products. More than half your Warner will be gone before the end of year. I just don't like. I don't think this. I don't know how much normies just eat the slop, because if you look at normies and their positions on like Israel, for example, that shifted dramatically, right? In spite of the multi-billion-dollar propaganda campaign. Okay? That's number one. Or even when you think about like Donald Trump coming in and totally destroying all of the Republican media, all of the liberal media, and still winning power, even though Fox News and the Republican media was incredibly antagonistic towards him initially. So, like, I don't know how much real power mainstream media has at this point, but we've also never had this level of consolidation in mainstream media. Like, nothing I can think of comes close to this level of consolidation. So my hope is that in spite of all of these initiatives, people still seek out alternative media sources and try to hear a different perspective, and eventually it just like destroys mainstream media in its entirety. Like, all these media properties just go away. Now, of course, the economic impact of such a thing is devastating. As someone in LA and as someone who's been to so many writers and other union protests, do you think a merger of this scale is going to be the nail in the coffin for the industry in LA? I think unaffordability was already pushing it, but this seems dire. Yes. Yes. Because the Ellisons already have like a blacklist. They have like a pro-Palestinian blacklist. Like, they are going to control whatever information comes out of these outlets. I guess maybe they'll be so big that it'll be impossible to fucking manage. But it's crazy. Like, this is like, where are the capitalists is the question I have, I guess. Where are the capitalists? Where are the fucking free market capitalists? Where are they at? Like, is this good? Is this a healthy market? You know, the freer the market, the freer the people. Kind of feels like free market has allowed this level of corporate capture, corporate consolidation. Like, this is insane.
Sarah here, an administration that sent signals, it seems, about which of the bidders it favored from a regulatory perspective. And as you know, the Netflix CEO went to the White House.
That's it, bro. This is we're inching closer and closer towards my dream that I spelled out many, many years ago when I said we let Amazon capture every fucking market through predatory pricing, and then we just seize control of Amazon with the function of the state. Boom! All of a sudden, you have state capitalism, transitional socialism initiated. You just literally allow Amazon to suck up all of the e-commerce. You allow the Ellisons to suck up all the media properties. And then, boom, you put both of those guys in prison, and then you own it. And you give it back to the people. I don't really see anything else other than that. Like, how do you fix the situation, you know? That's one way of doing it, yeah. and then I wake up sad. I mean, obviously. On this case, yes. People already hate the paid version. Now has ad breaks. Specifically, the mid tier is the old tier, double the price. I mean, piracy doesn't fucking solve the messaging problem, though. You know what I mean? Like, people will be like, "Oh, I'll just like pirate all these properties." Okay, but like the properties that you're pirating are still gonna be, you know, very. I'm not talking about just like. I'm not talking about like how shitty the consumer side of this looks. That's really shitty. You're going to get worse and worse properties, and you will have no other competitor in the marketplace. So obviously, from the consumer standpoint, like you're going to get a worse service overall. It's going to be more expensive overall. That's usually how it goes once like complete market consolidation happens. Okay? However, what I'm talking about is something far deeper than this, far more consequential than this. What I'm talking about is a consolidation of the messaging. Every single thing that you watch, and maybe not you, but every single thing that your like relatives watch, well-read, educated, liberal relatives watch, is going to be specifically tailored around trying to get them to become more conservative. It's just full-blown propaganda. And it's really funny because it's the most effective version of full-blown propaganda, because it's propaganda that people think is coming from a private enterprise that is not beholden to the interests of the state. That's the other side of the story. Because at least if you're in the fucking USSR or whatever, or if you're in China, you know that the state owns the media, right? So you have certain expectations. You know that there's not going to be coverage of certain issues, right? Like, You already know that the state is telling you certain things that you want to hear. In America, we're dumb enough to assume that there is no these media outlets are completely independent. So there's a much higher level of trust associated with the independent media, even though that's obviously gone away in recent years. But these other entertainment functions of mainstream media, specifically the function of like generating art, is still seen as like relatively independent. No one other than like hyper woke people think that like the Marvel movies are actually Defense Department contracts, which they are, right? But most people don't know that. They go, "Oh my God, I'm watching a Marvel movie. It's awesome." And then maybe it gets stale after like the 15th iteration of the same like good bad dynamic that you're seeing on screen, and then you stop watching, and then they move on to a different media property. Brother, you overestimate the play of traditional media. Gen Z is so fanatically anti-establishment and tuned into what Ellison is doing, even if Asmagol de Fuentes telling them this. I don't remember millennials being this aware of market monopolies. I'm not talking about Gen Z. And also, this is a level of consolidation we have never seen before. On the local news market, you have Sinclair and all these other companies like sucking up all the local news. But this level of consolidation has never existed in American media ever. This is a behemoth unlike anything else. You can have like a couple companies owning, their own independent media or their own news network, their own Hollywood studio, maybe their own platform on top of that, like their own streaming platform. But you've never had a situation where like the same entity owns an entire social media platform that's like massive, the most popular social media platform, TikTok, that also owns multiple Hollywood studios, also owns multiple streamers, also owns multiple news outlets. It's all under the same fucking banner. This is a complete cartel. Like, this is a monopoly unlike anything else. You could consider Netflix to be a monopoly. And it's true. There is truth to this. Netflix has achieved vertical integration. Okay? They've already achieved it. Back in the day, famous trust-busting cases literally revolved around Hollywood studios owning the cinemas, okay? Owning the movie theaters. Netflix already has that. Now, this company is coming in and purchasing an existing monopoly. That's why I say it's nothing like you've ever seen before. Nothing like you've ever experienced before. Expect to see a 1950s style Hollywood blacklist? Yeah. Paramount has created a blacklist for stars they deem too overtly anti-Semitic via Variety. That too. And these guys are so silly. Emma Stone and Mark Ruffalo better start their own movie studio after this. Time to use your money, famous people. They have none. It's nothing. You're silly. These guys see, like, these people are kind, but they don't understand, like, what this means, right? Owning your own production studio is utterly meaningless if every single studio is owned by a company that already has your name on a blacklist. Then your movie doesn't get distribution, okay? You don't get funding for the production because no bank wants to fund your movie because every bank knows that your movie will never get distributed, okay? That's it. You don't get the proper crew to make your movie because depending on how stringent the blacklist is, crews don't want to work on your movie because then they won't get any work from the mega conglomerate media behemoth that will become Paramount, Netflix, Warner Brothers, HBO, CNN, CBS News. Okay? It will never get screened. It will never get seen. It will never even get made. What? Make a production company. Have Will and Caroline from Women run it. Like, the list of assets that are going to be owned is so crazy. Paramount is not expected to own the following assets and film rights. On the asset side, TNT, CBS, CNN, MTV, TCM, Showtime, Adult Swim, DC Studios, Paramount Plus, Nickelodeon, HBO and HBO Max, Comedy Central, Cartoon Network. It's crazy. What's next is just streamers. It's going to be Netflix on the one side, Apple on the other side, Disney on the Disney's not owned by any of these properties, right? So, like, yeah, Disney and then Paramount that owns everything else. Sony. Disney will be sold in the next 18 months. Going outside will make a comeback? Yeah, I don't think so. I assume this sort of acquisition is the exact reason you decided to host an independent show on Twitch. No, the reason why I decided to host my independent broadcast on Twitch is because I cannot have any editorial control. I have to have editorial independence. And the best possible way to develop editorial independence is by having a revenue stream that relies on you, the viewers, to make content for you, the viewers. But that's it. And even my time on Twitch is always going to be at threat, as I've been banned in the past. And then let's say I go to YouTube and then I could get banned there too. Like, there's always a threat of deplatforming regardless. And I don't have anything at the end of the day. I'm still at the mercy of these. I'm at the mercy of Amazon, right? Start a website. Oh my God, you guys, please. Like, the reason why I'm allowed to exist is partially because I play ball with the platform to the best of my ability, but also because, you know, I'm not as significant of a threat to the powers that be. And this doesn't mean that, like, I have no emotion whatsoever. It just means that, like, the powerful entities that control American society or international capital is so unimaginably powerful that they do not see any threat from someone like myself. Could the entertainment unions threaten to not work with Ellison? I mean, there's nothing. They own everything. Who are you going to work with then? Tucker is. Why hasn't he been banned? No, he's not. No, there's no singular force in the commentary sphere that is more powerful than the interests of capital. Also, Tucker Carlson is a capitalist anyway. Tucker Carlson is not even antagonistic to the needs. Tucker Carlson is not even antagonistic to those in positions of power. He's just ideologically not in support of Israel. That's it. And I don't think you guys understand that at the end of the day, sure, there are people who have ideological zealotry, but ultimately, as long as you don't offend, as long as you are not a significant power to capital, then you're fine. Okay, they disagree with Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson is the only one who really tells it like it is. Oh my God! See, this is why people love Tucker Carlson, because even in a community such as mine, where people are supposed to be more educated than the average person, there's still people going, well, you know, Tucker Carlson just tells it like it is, bro. Yeah, maybe that's the reason why he's allowed to exist. Have you ever thought about that?
Changes at CBS News have drawn a lot of unflattering attention in recent months. New CBS News editor-in-chief Barry Weiss has privately admitted to some early missteps, but she rejects the common liberal charge that she's moving the newsroom to the right. She says she's trying to appeal to the big, wide middle of America.
Sucking up to the boss early, I see, Brian. Nice. Nice, dude. The ink has not even been put to paper, and Brian's already like, wow, Barry Weiss is incredible. I love Barry Weiss.
America, the 70% or so of people who are on the center left and the center right. That's the kind of strategy that sounds a lot like CNN's.
Brian Stelter, thank you for always bringing us your latest reporting.
Caitlin Moggins, dude. Sucking up to the new boss by embracing this stupid, cynical premise. Looking forward to hearing how much Murdoch only cares about Fox News being fair and balanced. After all, this right there. After all, it's right there in the motto. And generic universalist labels have never been used to mask right-wing agendas. Come on, Brian. Come on, Brian. I think we all know what the fuck's going on. Let me tell you something, okay? A lot of journalists, a lot of good reporters are very, very worried and very frustrated, okay? Brian's not one of them. PSL Caitlin? Do you mean like PSL is in like her PSL rating? Or do you mean PSL is Party for Socialism and Liberation? Because, you know, friend of the show, Caitlin Collins, did start her career at the Daily Caller, so. Your Spectrum internet is about to get better. FCC approves Charter Communications' $34 billion deal to buy Cox. Oh, Lena Khan, save us. Lena Khan, save me. Oh, Lena, where are you? This is so bad. FCC said on Friday it approved Charter Communications' $34.5 billion acquisition of Cox Communications. Deal announced in March 2025 combines two of the largest U.S. cable and broadband operators in battle with streaming companies and mobile carriers. FCC says Spectrum owner Charter will invest billions of dollars to upgrade its networks and deliver high-speed services. And the company committed to onshoring jobs. Charter also agreed to extend its $20 an hour minimum wage starting wage to Cox workers. We have to make it so painful that generations from now, CEOs will flinch at the idea of business corruptly teaming up with the government. Okay. Ruben Gallego. What the fuck? New top Democrats are weighing how harshly they will go after corporations that should have courted President Donald Trump's approval if they retake the House in November. Paramount should enjoy its growing news monopoly while they have it, because when Democrats win back power, we are going to break up those anti-democratic information conglomerates, all of them. I mean, we'll see. How the debt might destroy Warner Brothers. Paramount Skydance would carry debt equal to nearly 7x's annual earnings if Warner Brothers merger is approved. Paramount has pledged to swiftly cut that ratio down to 4. Oh my God. Paramount has pledged swiftly to cut down that ratio to 4.4x, requiring billions of cost savings from the jump. Do you know how many people are going to get fired? Oh my God. They're going to go in and just literally chop it down. They're going to kick up the prices and they're going to fire half the workforce, dude. Some Warner Brothers staffers doubt David Ellison can manage a mountain of debt backed in part by Middle Eastern sovereign wealth funds. I feel like we're just going to go back to analog, right? Like at that point, you might as well fucking listen to ham radio and start hitting the books, I guess. You know what I mean? Because it's cooked. This is just Paramount Skydance debt. This isn't including how leveraged the Allison family is in AI data center construction for technology that is yet to turn a profit. And by the time they are, the GPUs will be obsolete, making Ellison debt pretty fucking big. Foreign film is going to have a boom. I don't even think so, because once again, they own the distributors as well. Who's going to fucking release? I mean, here, you want to know a great example of this? There are movies that have won Oscars. Like the movie that won an Oscar last year. It never got distributed in a single American movie theater. Okay? They would not distribute it in the United States of America. Okay? No other land was not allowed to be seen in American movie theaters, with the exception of like independent movie theaters that were just like putting it on. So that's not like, they own the distribution, they own the streaming. You significantly cut away at eyeballs if you have any work of art that you want to mass distribute and show people. What about Iron Lung? Brother, what are you fucking talking about, man? Okay, yeah, Markiplier is going to save the industry. Like, come on. It's wonderful. It's fantastic that he's doing this, but like, what are you saying? By Forbes estimates, the elder Ellison, who is also Oracle's largest shareholder, doesn't have enough cash to fulfill his part of Paramount's $111 billion offer to Warner Bros. We'll know more in the coming days, but here's how it could play out. So he's just going to sell, assets. He's going to sell stock. Yeah, they have to pay $2.8 billion to Netflix for one-upping them in the deal too. I believe Netflix banks a quick $2.8 billion as Paramount pays Warner Brothers termination fee. Streamer shares rise another 14%. What is this market, man? What is like? What is the economy? What's holding everything together? It's just money is fake. It's so fake. Money is the fakest it's ever been, bro. Capitalism breeds innovation, I say. And the only innovation it breeds is this innovation in wheeling and dealing. Like inventing money out of thin air, new ways for capital owners to move numbers around. Somehow Netflix was able to force one of its rivals to overpay for another one of its rivals, putting them into a messy, long process of unification, and got paid $2.8 billion for it. The way they throw around billions like it's fake, but we have to pay rent and groceries and bills on shoestring budgets. Yeah. It's so funny to look at a system that is designed like this and still have this insane notion that it's working, and any alternative to this is death and destruction and terrifying. Like, I love when I see those memes, like boomer memes on Facebook, where people will be like, this is what capitalism is, and this is what socialism is. And like in capitalism, it's like, you know, people standing on their money, right? And there's like a wall, and then like some people are over the wall, some people are under the wall, whatever. And then they're like, this is what socialism is. And it's like one guy that has like a mountain of money, and then everyone else is under the wall. It's like, that's just capitalism. You have described capitalism twice. And as a matter of fact, it doesn't even look like the top picture that you're representing. What do you think is going on now? You just showed two different versions of capitalism. Or my favorite is like when they show like Argentina or Brazil or whatever, where like you got the favelas on the one side and then the skyscrapers on the other side. And then they'll be like, capitalism versus socialism. It's like, no, that's just capitalism. You have shown a footage. You've shown a photo from a country that has a capitalist system. It's not socialism on one side and capitalism on the other. This is just a capitalist country. You've shown a capitalist country. What the fuck? Minus 40% of the workforce means companies 20%. Oh yeah, that. Speaking of, obviously capitalism is the best possible system and it works the best, and it will never be toppled